All right, what's going on, guys? TJ, the big sports guy here. Going to change things up today a little bit. So just wanted to share with you some of the stuff from my personal collection. I feel like this is actually what the hobby is all about. A lot of my videos are me going to shows, setting up, buying, and selling, and trying to make some money on those things. But I just wanted to share with you today. I've got a whole box of cards here, and then I started to take them out. So I've got like 3 stacks here. These are the cards that are actually in my personal collection. So these are the cards that I care the most about. It does not mean that these are the most expensive cards in the world. These are just the cards that caught my eye and that I really like. These are players that I enjoy. You are going to see a lot of stuff from the University of Michigan, some Detroit Red Wings cards, and then there's some other stuff kind of mixed in as well, some vintage cards that I found as I was buying collections over the last year or two. Decided to put some of those in here as well. So again, just kind of wanted to share all of this stuff with you. Thought it was a little bit of a change of pace from the normal videos, but hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you haven't done this already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment down below for what you like most, and remember, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I am going to do a free giveaway for everyone that wants to enter for a hobby box. I'm going to go to the local card shop, pick up a hobby box, and I'm just going to give it away to someone. So if you want to get entered in that, I'll give you more details as we approach. We are at 630 now, so thank you to everyone that has subscribed already. I really appreciate your support. And let's get started. Figured I should also say before we get started with the cards, as you can see, I've got the golf corner behind me here. We've got an old school Titleist leather golf bag with some extra, there's grips and alignment sticks and a couple extra shafts and clubs in here, as I'm a big golf guy. I play golf almost 3 to 5 days a week in most cases. I also have a bag here that I picked up from the Cradle. It's kind of a smaller practice bag. If you're not familiar with the Cradle, it's a par 3 course that they have at Pinehurst. Really cool. It's only about a couple hours from me. I took my buddy Gabe there last year when he came down, so we had a lot of fun doing that. But yeah, I got a little golf section going on here. And if you don't know, also I posted a picture on my Instagram. I just picked up a 20 by 24 picture of Tiger Woods from the 2001 Masters that is autographed by him and authenticated through Upper Deck. For those of you that don't know, that is the 2001 Tiger Slam, as they call it. He's the only professional golfer to hold all 4 majors at one time. It was the last of the 4 majors that he won. So very significant picture. Really, really cool. Happy to have that too. I might even throw that in here for you just so you guys can see that also. All right, let's jump into some of these cards so you guys can see this here. This one actually came up to my table at a card show that I set up at recently. Guy that I know that collects a lot of soccer and has some hockey stuff as well. He asked me if I wanted this. He picked it up for a couple bucks. I just thought it was really, really cool, so I bought this. I think he gave it to me for like $5 or $10. But this is a pre-war strip card, I think they call it. It just says hockey there, and it's got the number 8. So this is an older card, not worth a lot of money, probably about what I paid for it, like maybe $10 or so. But just a really cool older hockey card. Me being a hockey fan, it was just something that I thought I wanted to have. So went ahead and picked that up from him. He gave me that for just a couple of bucks, so I really appreciate that. Next up, we have a Taro Ferrosi exquisite patch auto Detroit Red Wings 53 out of 67. Again, you can see it's got part of the Red Wings logo in there as well. Any current or former Red Wings players, I'm always kind of trying to pick some up cheap if I can for the PC. So you'll see some more Detroit Red Wings stuff in here. This next one I picked up actually at the National. I just thought this one was really cool. It's probably been in one of my previous videos as well, but a Frameworks Gretzky game used jersey card. And I just like the way that this looks because it looks like an actual picture frame with a framed jersey, and then it's got the game used jersey inside of there. So it's really cool. I think I got that for probably $10 as well. But that one was pretty sweet. This next one, probably 2 at least of my favorite players from when I was growing up. But this is a triple patch card of Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg, and Nicklas Lidstrom, all for the Detroit Red Wings. So I thought that one was pretty sweet. Just got this one recently as well. And for those of you that don't know, this is the guy who is number 5, I think it is, all time in goals in the NHL. So this is Marcel Dion. This is a Detroit Red Wings on-card auto out of 49 as well. So that was pretty sweet. Not too expensive, but did pick that one up for the PC. Next one is a Henrik Zetterberg. So for those of you that don't know, he was the captain for the Detroit Red Wings for a while. This is an RPA of his, numbered to 1250. Next up, current captain, Dylan Larkin. We got a RPA of his as well, and this one is actually numbered to 35 on the back, so it's numbered right there to 35, but I thought that one was pretty sweet. Got to have some autos and patches of the guys that are currently on the team. Another Henrik Zetterberg patch. Thought that was pretty cool. Sergei Fedorov. This is a Topps Heritage buyback auto. So this is pretty sweet. It's got the sticker on the back that authenticates the autograph there as well. Got this from a buddy of mine named Robert here locally. Traded him some other cards that he was interested in for this one, so shout out Robert on that one. Some of this other stuff, Michigan autos. We got a whole stack of Michigan autos here, basically all the players from the last few years. We've got like Nico Collins, Chase Winovich, David Ojabo, then Karan Higdon. This is a nice one. I like to buy like the National Treasures, Flawless, Immaculate, stuff like that coming out of there. So we've got one of that. This is a pretty cool one of Amara Darboh. We also have, this one's really, really cool actually, Donovan Peoples-Jones with the, I think that's the Outback Bowl patch. And that one's numbered 9 out of 10 as well. So that's a pretty sick looking card there. Nico Collins. We also have a Nico Collins with the gloves. That one's kind of hard to see, but that's actually a patch of his gloves, not of the jersey. Taco Charlton. Hassan Haskins. I was just looking on eBay today for Blake Corum, but he doesn't have anything yet in like Immaculate that's come out. All of his stuff was like out of Bowman U, and I didn't really want that. So Ted Lindsay, old school player for the Red Wings. Had to pick this one up. Found it at a local card shop actually, but for that price, I'm gonna pick that up all day. So Joey Koster, this one I've actually had, I believe, since I was a kid. So I played hockey back in Michigan as a kid growing up. There was a buddy I think that I played with that had this card, and I think I traded him something for this, but it was just like an in-person auto that he had gotten signed by Joey Koster. Let's see. Next up, we got Chris Evans and Nico Collins in a dual patch. So Michigan dual patch there. Chris Evans, Michigan auto. Tariq Black. Kwity Paye. This is like a purple mosaic, numbered 1 out of 49. Carlo Kemp. Nick Eubanks. Let's see what we got here. David Long. This is a silver prism. Who's this one? Channing Stribling. And then Charles Woodson, one of the main guys from, Michigan when they had their run back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. Charles Woodson. That one is out of Immaculate. That one's numbered to 99 as well. Then also, of course, you got to mix in a couple Tom Brady's here and there. So there's a Tom Brady numbered to 149. I also just got this. This is a Barry Sanders numbered to 25. And I think this was like $3. So I picked that one up as well. All right, the next one I actually just picked up at this last show that I did down in Columbia. This is 10 out of 20 RPA out of Flawless for Jake Butt. That was a pretty sweet one as well. This is like a cheaper Connor McDavid rookie. This is like a 2014 in the game. I think there's a couple of those in here. I found those kind of cheap, so I pick them up once in a while if I find them. A Radiance Brendan Shanahan numbered to 100. Any of these cards from like the early 2000s or 90s that are numbered to 100 are very, very hard to find. I also have a gold refractor of Steve Yzerman, something that you really don't see very often, so I did throw that in here as well. I might have that coming up. Some more Tom Brady cards. All of these ones right here are just Tom Brady cards that are numbered to 99 or less, I believe. So this one's out of 99, 99, 99, and the last one is numbered to 50, the one with Lawrence Maroney on there. This one's actually pretty sweet too. Got this not too long ago. I actually had gotten a Pavel Datsyuk PMG that I was planning on keeping for a while, but ended up selling it to a gentleman who also collects Detroit teams, especially the Red Wings, at one of the local card shows. So this is Pavel Datsyuk. So I sold him the PMG, but then we worked this into a trade for another card that I had. It's a Pavel Datsyuk auto. That's a PSA 10 Pop 1 from 2016 SP Authentic. This card right here actually has a pretty cool backstory too. So this is a 2003-2004 Upper Deck MVP Pro Sign Curtis Joseph autograph. I was 12 years old when this product came out. I actually pulled this from a box, and if I remember right, there was another cool like patch or auto or something in this box as well. So I pulled this autograph right here, put it into a sleeve and a top loader the same day that I pulled it, and then put it in a box for probably another 15 years. Decided finally to get this out and grade this recently with SGC, and as you can see, it got a 10 auto grade and a 9.5 for the card. So I've had this since I was 12 years old. I am now turning 30 in 2 weeks, and it got a 10 auto grade and a 9.5 for the card. So that's pretty sweet. Also, at the time that I pulled this was back when they had the Beckett books that you could look in the pricing guides. to look things up. So at the time that I pulled this, I looked it up, and there were like 7 or 8 players in this set for the MVP Pro Sign. There was like Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Curtis Joseph, and a couple other players. So at the time that I pulled this, all it said in the book was exists ? Because nobody had pulled this. So I was one of the first ones to actually pull this. And I remember my dad and I doing some research online to try to find if any other ones were out there. We did find someone on the internet that had 2 of them and one other person that had 1. So I knew that there were 4 in existence for sure, but didn't see any other ones. So obviously, knowing what I know about cards now, had I wanted to at that point, and if I had known about cards and the way they work, probably could have sold it and got a decent amount for this, just because there weren't that many that had been found, and obviously he was still a current player. He's now retired. This card is really not worth all that much, but got me started in the card game back in the day, so that's why I keep that one in the PC for sure. Next one is that gold refractor I was talking about of Steve Yzerman. Really cool card. Found this in like a value box kind of thing at one of the card shows I went to a few months back. Decided to send it in and grade it just so that it would be encased and protected. It did get an 8.5, which is fine with me. I didn't really care what the grade was. But these gold refractors, you just don't see them. I haven't seen another one on eBay. Basically in the last couple of years through collecting and stuff, I have not seen another one. So a few more cool ones here. This is another Wayne Gretzky with a game-used patch. There's also a Michael Rasmussen who plays for the Red Wings now. Rookie card numbered to 999 as well. And then some of these ones that are coming up here in this next stack. So these are some, I would consider these more like vintage cards here. So they're going to be like 70s, 80s cards. So before the junk wax era and all that. But just pretty good players that I found. Found these for like a decent deal, so I'm just kind of tucking these away for the time being. These cards really went up in value like everything else over the last couple of years, but have come down a little bit. But long term, I think these will go back up. These are cards that people are always still going to want to, especially if you can find them raw in decent condition. So as you can see, there's a Wayne Gretzky, for example. I believe that one is from like 1981. We've got some other like Wayne Gretzky's in here. And then there's a Magic Johnson. That's the Fleer All-Star team from 1988. There's a Jeter rookie. Those ones, kind of the same thing, right? They were at $25 to $30 at one point. They're probably back down to maybe 5 or 10 now. But just such an iconic card, I figured to hang on to that one. There's another Topps Gretzky. A few more Topps Gretzky's that I found here. There is a Kareem. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We actually got 2 of those. So there's a couple of those in there. There's a Julius Erving Topps. Ooh. Magic Johnson. Another couple of Julius Ervings right there. This one actually was really cool too. So I'll show this a little bit closer so you can see this. This right here, you're not going to be able to read all of that, but this is a Steve Yzerman card that came out of, let's see, 1999 in the game. So the sticker on here says, "Dear Card Collector, unfortunately, at the time of packaging the Be a Player Millennium Signature Series, the autographed cards of the player depicted on this card had not been received. In order to meet our release date, we could not wait until these cards arrived. We would like to send you your autograph card, so if you would, please send this card to," and then it has the address for in the game, which I think is really cool. So this was supposed to be an autographed card of Steve Yzerman. They didn't receive it in time, so they put the product out, and this is basically a redemption, an old-school redemption that you could send in and get his autograph. So I've thought about actually sending this card to this address just to see what would happen, but I don't really want to lose the card either. So I think I'm just going to keep this how it is. It's really cool. Something I don't think that you'll really see a lot, and obviously I like the Red Wings and Steve Yzerman. So this is probably one of the cooler cards that I feel like I've got in my PC, just because you're not going to see another one of these. Like the chances of you running across one of these, pretty rare. Like obviously people redeemed these. There may still be some out there, either in sealed boxes or somebody may have found one, but I have never seen another one, so I thought that one was really cool as well. Next up, there's a Steve Yzerman numbered card, and then also a Pavel Datsyuk Black Diamond, and then also a Braylon Edwards refractor out of 199. Also picked up a few cheap slabs along the way of Gordie Howe and the Detroit Red Wings. So just cheaper slabs, decent grades on these for what they are. 1969-70 OPG of Gordie Howe, and then a 70-71, and 1975 Topps Leaders, mint 9, but it is off center. So I picked those up as well. And then obviously you got to have a couple rookie cards of the GOAT. So we got a couple of Kobe rookie cards in here, and then the actual GOAT right behind that. There's a stack of Michael Jordan cards. There's a couple nuts and bolts medals, Superman, stuff like that. So some inserts of Michael Jordan, Emotion, Michael Jordan. I forget what that one is, but it's like the Power Deck audio one. It's got like the original sleeve thing behind it too that it came in. So I thought that one was kind of neat. Metal Universe, Higher Power, and then that's not real. At least I don't think that it is. I found this in a storage unit that had a bunch of cards in there, and I got it really cheap, so I bought it. It was literally a couple of dollars. I did send it to CSG to try to get it authenticated at one point just because I was not sure if it was real. I mean, I went through all the telltale signs and thought it still had a chance, so I sent it in. They said authenticity couldn't be guaranteed. It looks very, very good if it is one of the reprints. I mean, it has a lot. Like I said, I checked like the dots up here, the arrow. I checked the stuff on the back of the card. Like I kind of went through everything. I thought it was real, but it probably isn't. So I'm keeping it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Even if it is a reprint, I don't really care. Like I said, I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. This is an old school Bobby Orr. So we got that one in the PC as well. A numbered Tom Brady and Brian Greasy. And then now that I'm in Carolina, I actually have some Carolina hockey cards. Nedeljkovic rookie out of 99, and then a couple of Svechnikov numbered rookies, and also a patch card. Philip Zadina Young Guns for the Red Wings. A couple Kirill Kaprizov rookies. They're not the Young Guns, but they are rookies of him. If you know hockey, you know he's really good. There's a Tim Stützle rookie, and then another Svechnikov there. So just some cool hockey stuff that's in here as well. Some basketball. This is all, it's just mixed sports and stuff, but stuff like this if I find it. Barry Sanders, the card that looks like a CD, for those of you that still know what CDs are. And then we got a Barry Sanders Contenders. I like the new Contender stuff. This is kind of an old school, cool throwback. There you go. You can kind of see that it's like a hollow. So, yeah, cool Contenders. Barry Sanders there as well. Scottie Pippen, Fleer Metal or Metal Universe. I always like the metal cards too, so I've got some of those in here. A couple of like Shaq rookies, like cheaper ones. And then we got the Allen Iverson rookie card. That's the Collector's Edge one. There we go. Collector's Edge. Radical Recruits. One of the comic strips of A-Rod. I got a couple of those in here. There might be a Jeter one in here as well. A couple Ken Griffey Jr. cards. Nothing like too crazy in here for Ken Griffey, but just a couple of his rookies too. I have like the Fleer and stuff like that. There's a cool die cut of Shaquille O'Neal. This one's numbered on the back as well. That one's numbered to 750. This one's actually pretty cool though. So this is the Fleer Metal, right? Metal Universe. Skybox Metal, sorry. Skybox Metal of Shaq, but it's the Emerald. You can see the top is green there, and it's got the little E on the back. So this is actually the Emerald. This is not the base cards. That one's pretty cool. I've got a whole stack of Shaq. Look at that, rhymes too. A stack of Shaq in here. These are basically all different like inserts and stuff. You can see there's En Fuego, all different kinds of stuff with Shaquille O'Neal. So those are pretty cool too. I don't know why. I just kind of gravitated towards Shaq. I think he's a big personality. Obviously, everyone kind of knows him. There's some of those like Jam City ones as well. So as I was going through some collections that I bought, I found some of these cards and just decided to tuck them away for a while. There's a Topps Finest in here, and then I also have a refractor of Shaq in here as well. So like I said, not the highest dollar cards, not a ton of value in here, but they have a lot of value to me. So this is the stuff that I kind of just set aside and will basically probably have until I die. These are a couple of Alexander Ovechkin hot prospects as well. I got like a stack of 5 of these out of a $1 box, and I graded one. It got a 10, and I sold it for like, I don't know, $150 or $200. So kind of free rolling on these, tuck these away in a box, and then also have another Ovechkin prospect card, another early Wayne Gretzky, and a couple of Steve Yzerman rookie cards as well. I have the Topps and the OPC. I have both. So those are kind of cool. This Bobby Orr I just found recently as well. Just an older one. And the prices that are on here I probably didn't pay. I probably got a better deal than that anyway. Sometimes when I'm at card shows, I will also try to negotiate PC cards into the deal if possible. So if I'm trying to buy something, maybe it's like 3 cards for like $150. I might give them $150, or if I offer $140, I'll, in order to get the deal done, I might say I'll do that if you kick in this one card that I found that's maybe worth $5 or $10 for the PC. Just a cool way at shows to maybe get like a throw in for the PC as well. That's how I've accumulated a lot of the stuff that's in here. But But yeah, you can always try different tactics if you go to a card show, if there's something that you want. There is a section, obviously, of Tom Brady in here because I like him. Nothing too crazy. Also have a couple of Ja Morant rookies in here. I take a couple players that are younger that I like and just put a couple of their base rookies in here just for someday. I don't really care what the values do now because I'm not going to sell these anyways, and they're not really worth a lot. But like LaMelo Ball, Mac Jones, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Ja Morant, guys like that I really like. I just tucked a few of their rookie cards in here for 50 years down the road, and we'll see what happens. I do have a couple Mario Lemieux as well, early Topps cards from him. So we got those in there. A few more basketball. I was just kind of looking through here to see if there was anything else cool that I can maybe show you guys. But this right here and also this stack of top loaders is all the vintage stuff that I found through the collections that I was buying. So there's stuff in here like Joe Namath, Joe Montana. There's also some baseball cards. There's a Troy Aikman, Ronnie Lott, Darryl Strawberry. There's a couple Terry Bradshaws. Just any decent names, Walter Payton, that I found in those collections. I just kind of set them aside. I wasn't really sure what they were worth and didn't really take the time to look them up or anything, and just figured that they're probably going to continue to go up over the long run. So I just tucked those all in there. Put the better ones, obviously, in the top loaders, like the bigger name players and stuff. So tuck those in there so they're protected. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and liked seeing what I have in the PC. If you enjoyed this content, or if there's any comments that you want to make, please drop those below. Again, if you haven't done this, if you could add me on Instagram as well. That's the easiest way to see some of the cards that I buy and sell at the shows. I post pictures on there, and also a good way to communicate with me if you're looking to buy anything or if you want to sell any collections or anything like that. But I appreciate you guys checking this out. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.